Yeah, it was a really good performance from the outset. I thought the way we started the game, Travis and Usman's partnership, Travis, the way he came out and put them under pressure immediately, and obviously Usman's innings to score his first double hundred was outstanding, and the way he was able to do it was even more impressive. Playing on the horizontal plane, the vertical plane, using his feet at times, playing deep, defending well. It was beautiful to watch, and I was up the other end for a fair chunk of it, and just looked at ease the entire time. So, I thought, the way we started was great, and then obviously we had plenty of partnerships throughout to get to 650, which enabled us two opportunities to bowl them out without having to bat again. So, Inglis, I thought again, on debut was outstanding. Again, similar to Usman, the way he was able to play on both planes, use his feet, just put them under pressure immediately from the moment he got to the crease was outstanding. He looked like a veteran. So, it was a terrific first innings, and then the spinners just bowled beautifully in tandem. After Mitchell Stark, who I thought bowled beautifully with the new ball too. So, it was almost a near flawless performance.
Steve, you say a near flawless performance. Does it make it even more sweet, I suppose, remembering how difficult it can be to win and to have the right way of playing over here?
Yeah, it can be difficult. And I thought just the way we went about it was outstanding. Everyone stuck to their method. I think the guys trained exceptionally well in Dubai in the lead up. We were able to develop some wickets that we wanted to work on some things, and then when we came here, similarly, guys did the same, and then really focused in 2 days out from the game and sort of got their game plans completely in order and brought it all together. And I thought our batting in the first innings was outstanding. To post 650 on what was a wicket that offered, I think, a fair amount of spin was a very good effort, and the fact that we didn't have to bat again probably proved that, I suppose. I think all of our bowlers bowled beautifully as well.
Was it nice also, because you don't always get the opportunity to, I guess, captain or work the tactics with your spin bowlers with a lot of runs on the board over here? Often, the games are closer or the runs have been harder to come by. Was that good as well to do?
It's a lot of fun when you've got 650 on the board. You can kind of set some funky fields, try and force batter errors as much as possible, and not be worried about getting hit for any boundaries and things like that. So that was a lot of fun. I think it was just about controlling our lengths as much as possible. I thought we batted well. I didn't think they bowled badly by any stretch. There were certainly some really good spells, and we just batted really, really well. Put them under pressure, particularly the guys that were playing the sweep shot. That was tough to defend, I suppose. Uzi, I reckon, played almost probably 25% of his balls as sweep or reverse sweep. So it was difficult for them to set fields to, and Inglis was similar, Carey was similar. And then a couple of us went down the straighter plane and, did that well as well, I suppose. But, I think the key message to the spinners is just to bowl the ball in a good area for as long as you can, and there was enough in the surface, both skid-wise and spin-wise, the inconsistencies. So hit a good length, try and challenge the defence, and that's essentially it.
Steve, just specifically on Matt Kuhneman, there's these days almost a necessity to have a left-arm spinner on your side when you play on these pitches. To come back after 2 years and to bowl the way he did, what did you make of his performance?
I mean, firstly, I think a lot of credit's got to go to the surgeon that did his thumb. He's a magician, I think, not a surgeon. But I think he just bowls nice balls consistently. I think, left arm spinners, in particular the right hand batters, it just works in the subcontinent. We've seen it from plenty of spinners from India, Jadeja, Axar Patel, guys like that. Harath over here in Sri Lanka was a wizard. Jayasuriya is a very good bowler. Guys that can take the ball away from the bat and present the threats of skid and spin and just bowl consistent balls. It's very dangerous. So look, he did a wonderful job when he got his opportunity in India, and he bowled beautifully again this game. I think he ended up with 9 wickets, I think. So it's pretty good effort. So I thought all the spinners worked really well together, and that's the beauty, I suppose, of having 3 frontline bowlers. You can sort of chop and change them as soon as one's not looking quite as effective, or the batter gets a bit of a read on them, or they get a little bit tired. You put the next one on and wait to see what's happening there and get a breakthrough and come back to the next one. And it's good fun juggling them. I quite enjoy that.
Steve, we know that it probably wasn't Usman's summer at home, and I think he'd probably be the first to admit that, but even just as a mate, not a captain, how pleased were you to see a guy you've known for such a long time getting the runs again this test?
Yeah, I mean, I thought he played beautifully. I think batting at the top of the order at the moment, in particularly Australia, is as hard as I've seen in my career. The amount of seam movement that's being operated, and then you throw into that, he's facing Jasprit Bumrah throughout the summer with a brand new ball, fresh every time. There's probably not much bigger threat in world cricket at the moment, or almost ever. He got through some challenging periods at times back home as well that really helped us out. So he's batting nicely. It's just tough at the moment, and fortunately here, I think the last few times he's played in the subcontinent, he's come with such a clear method, a really effective method, and stuck to it for long periods. I think I said before, he probably reverse swept maybe 25% of his balls or thereabouts. I don't know the exact stat, but I'd say it'd be around there. And he just does it so well, and he's tough to set a field to when he's able to manipulate the field that way.
He's talked quite a bit about how the home Ashes is a real goal this summer. As someone who's a senior leader in this team, I mean, how much do you want him there?
I think he's still batting exceptionally well, and age is only a number. He's still doing everything right. He's catching well on the slips. He's a senior figure, he's batting really well. So I'm not a selector, but I'm sure as long as he wants to play, then I'm happy with him there for sure.
How did you view this pitch compared to others that you've played on at this venue in the past?
I can't remember a lot about 2016. That was a long time ago. But last time we came here, we had one that was really extreme from day one, probably similar to almost how it was playing today. That was from day one, and then the other game we played, it was pretty flat the first couple of days and then broke up. So I'd say this one was kind of in the middle somewhere. The first day I think was it was a little bit slower off the surface. It was a little bit tacky still. But I think it still broke up and offered plenty off the straight, and then you saw there was some spin out of the rough as well. I thought it was a pretty good wicket.
And Claire, I know you're not a selector, but you're the captain on tour. Do you expect that it'll be a similar situation compared to this test in terms of having to wait pretty late to name the team for the second test, just because you just still don't know what you might get for the second test?
Yeah, I'd imagine so. We don't know what we're going to get, so we'll have a couple of days off now, probably a main session 2 days out and an optional session the day before, and we'll come down, look at the wicket and see what we think's best for this test match coming up.
Steve, one thing Sanath Jayasuriya said before was that he felt like the Australian spin bowlers found the right pace to bowl on that surface. Can you just talk a little bit about, I suppose, that element of it, and is that Nathan and Matt in particular sort of finding their own way there, or you're talking about it together?
I think it's the bowler in conjunction with me, and just talking what we think is the right thing, what's the most threatening at that time. And it's probably, for me, it's more length than pace. If you can consistently hit a good length, then regardless of what's going on, you're going to be in play. If you can get the ball to skid or one to rag, if you're challenging a good length, you know, the length where they're lunging forward and can't get back to it, or they can't drive it, that length, if you're hitting that consistently, your pace is kind of irrelevant, I think. But yeah, I mean, everyone's different the way they bowl and how it comes out of the hand. But yeah, for me, length is more important than pace.
Nice one, thank you very much. Steve, with the rain yesterday, were you slightly concerned that you may run out of time, and that is there any planning that went into today factor in the fact you may get the result today?
Not really. I think it was just letting the game take its course. Trying to be. We obviously had the luxury of a lot of runs on the board, and you could get creative and have a lot of men round the bat and try and force some errors. But outside of that, it was just kind of let the game take its course. We were fortunate enough to get some wickets really quickly. You know, I think they might have lost like 7 for 17, I think, across the day today at one point. So yeah, it's nice when you get those on a roll. It was one of those wickets that was really tough to start. So yeah, as soon as we sort of got a breakthrough, we always felt we could get one quickly if we just put them under pressure straight away. And yeah, no, the guys did a tremendous job.
We do have one more, sorry.
Sure.
Steve, we've got the water medal coming up pretty soon. Is that a tip for who's going to take out the top award?
Yeah, I'm going to go Travis Head. He's had a pretty good year in all formats, so that's my tip.